The galaxy had always laughed at humanity. The aliens believed humans were nothing more than a tiny, weak species, lost in the vastness of space. Earth was forgotten. Its people were underestimated. For centuries, they had been ignored by the most powerful races in the universe. But that was about to change. One day, something strange happened. A message came through the galaxy's communication channels. It was brief, with only a few words, but it was enough to send chills through every alien leader. The message was simple. "We've arrived." The aliens froze. The words hung in the air like a cold, silent threat. They had heard of Earth's potential, but no one had ever believed the rumors. No one believed humanity had the strength to build anything that could challenge the galaxy's greatest forces. Then it appeared. From the darkness of space, a massive ship emerged. It was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The Terran Warship, a ship so large, so powerful, that it seemed impossible. Its dark, metallic hull reflected the distant stars, and glowing blue lines of energy ran across its surface, pulsing with a strange power. The alien leaders stared in shock. This wasn't supposed to happen. No one could build a ship like that. But humanity had done it, and now they had come to make their mark on the galaxy. The silence was deafening. The galaxy's greatest empires watched in fear as the impossible became reality. Humanity was not weak. It was not forgotten. It had been hiding its power. And now, the time had come for the galaxy to learn the truth. The Terran Warship moved slowly through the void, its engines glowing like a rising blue star. Every alien sensor tried to scan it, but the ship's armor returned nothing. No data, no readings. It was as if the vessel refused to exist. That alone terrified the alien commanders. Nothing in the galaxy had ever been able to hide from their scanners. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, chaos began to rise. Dozens of alien species argued, shouted, and blamed each other. Some believed humanity had stolen forbidden technology. Others said it was impossible. Humans were too young, too inexperienced, too small to build something that powerful. But the proof floated in space before them, silent and unstoppable. At the center of the room sat High Chancellor Vorex, leader of the council. His eyes narrowed as he stared at the massive hologram of the Terran Warship. Even he, a creature with centuries of experience, felt fear growing in his chest. Humans had once come to the council seeking peace. The council had rejected them, mocked them, and forced them to stay silent. Now, humanity was done being silent. Across the galaxy, military fleets scrambled. Warships were ordered to form defensive lines. But deep in their hearts, every alien captain knew the truth. They were preparing for a battle they could not win. Suddenly, the Terran Warship sent another message. A calm, steady human voice echoed across all channels. "Stand down. Do not provoke us. This is your only warning." The voice was not angry. It was not threatening. It sounded confident, steady, and terrifyingly sure. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy realized something they had refused to see. Humanity had grown stronger in silence, building something far beyond imagination. And the aliens had no idea what was coming next. Across the galaxy, whispers spread like wildfire. The news of the Terran Warship's arrival reached every corner of known space. Ships stopped in their tracks. Alien leaders convened in secret chambers, their minds racing. The idea that humans had hidden such power for so long was unthinkable. But now there was no denying it. The Galactic Council, once confident in their control over the universe, was paralyzed with fear. Their spies, who had long monitored Earth, reported nothing out of the ordinary. Humanity had kept its secrets well. What they had failed to see was a quiet buildup of strength, an entire fleet, hidden in the shadows of space, waiting for the right moment. The Terran Warship, now fully visible to every species in the galaxy, hovered near the heart of the Council's domain. It was silent, still a dark monolith in the stars. Ships from various alien races tried to approach it to measure its power, but each attempt failed. Their weapons couldn't reach it, and their sensors couldn't penetrate its armor. It was as if the ship was protected by something beyond technology, something no one understood. On the planet of Lyris, the capital of the Council, a meeting was called to discuss the next move. High Chancellor Vorak stood in front of a room full of panicked diplomats, all arguing about how to handle humanity's sudden rise. The debate grew heated, but there was no answer. No one had any idea how to defeat the Terran Warship, or what Earth's next move would be. Meanwhile, on Earth, humanity's message had been clear. No one would dare challenge them now. They were no longer the weak, ignored species of the galaxy. They were the hunters, and the galaxy had just become their prey. In the vast war rooms of alien empires, the mood was grim. The shock of the Terran warship's appearance still lingered, but now the galaxy had to decide how to react. The Council had failed to foresee humanity's rise, and now they feared the consequences of their mistakes. There was no question war was coming. Leaders from dozens of races, once united under the banner of the Galactic Council, now began to fracture. Some suggested surrendering to humans, offering treaties and peace. Others, more militant, argued for a full-scale attack, believing the only way to save the galaxy was to destroy the Terran warship before it could show its true power. On the planet Thraxis, Commander Zorlan of the Korthan Empire stood before a fleet of thousands. His race, known for their ruthless tactics and vast fleets, had been the first to face the Terran warship in their space. They had fled, leaving behind half their ships in a desperate retreat. Now, they were preparing for what was sure to be an all-out war. Zorlan's advisor spoke of every weapon the Korthan Empire had at its disposal, but he remained silent. Deep down, Zorlan knew that even the might of the Korthan fleets might not be enough. Back on Earth, the Terran warship remained still in space, a silent sentinel watching the galaxy. Its massive guns were locked in place, ready for anything. But humanity was not in a hurry. They had waited centuries for this moment. They had bided their time, and now they would let the galaxy come to them. The message had already been sent. Earth was no longer a planet to be ignored. No one would forget that lesson. The galaxy was about to change forever. As the alien fleets prepared for battle, something unexpected happened. Instead of charging into combat, the Terran warship stood still, its dark form casting an imposing shadow over the Council's domain. Earth's forces were not rushing into battle. They were waiting. The Terran fleet, hidden in the shadows of space, remained calm and calculated. At the heart of the Galactic Council, panic was starting to turn into anger. They had always believed the Terrans were weak, unable to defend themselves, never expecting humanity to have the power to challenge their rule. Now, the Council knew they had made a deadly mistake. In the Korthan command ship, Commander Zorlan paced nervously. His fleet was ready for an attack. But even his bravest soldiers were beginning to doubt their chances. The Terran warship had not moved for days, but Zorlan could feel the growing tension in the air. No one dare make the first move, but everyone knew it was only a matter of time. Then it came. Without warning, the Terran warship unleashed its power. A beam of energy, brighter than the sun, shot out from its massive weapons. The beam cut through space like a knife, hitting the Korthan flagship with deadly precision. In an instant, the flagship was reduced to rubble, scattered across the stars. There was no time to react, no chance for a counterattack. Zorlan's heart sank as he watched his fleet's flagship vanish into nothing. This was just the beginning. The Terran warship had struck the first blow, and it was clear to the entire galaxy. The humans were ready for war, and they were going to win.